A long, long time ago, in a village nestled beneath ancient palm trees, there lived a young woman named Nneka. Her eyes sparkled like the night sky, but behind them lay a storm of sorrow, a tangled tale that shook the roots of her very soul. This is the story of love, betrayal, and a curse that bound hearts and destinies together. Nneka had fallen in love with Obi, a man her family could never approve of. Their clans had been locked in a generations-long feud, and the mere thought of cordial relations, let alone a union like the one Nneka and Obi desired, was utterly unthinkable. Yet love is blind to such barriers. Their love was a fire, fierce and consuming, igniting in stolen moments beneath an iroko tree. One night, beneath a full moon that bathed the earth in silver, they made a blood oath, mingling their life essence as they vowed eternal devotion.
Forever.
Obi had said, his eyes blazing with certainty.
Forever.
Nneka echoed, certain despite the flutter of fear in her heart. But fate is a merciless weaver, and the threads of their love soon tangled into tragedy. Nneka's love turned to ash when she discovered Obi, the man she had once cherished, had killed her beloved brother, Amadi. In her pain, she ended things with him, but the spirits never forgot their oath. Seeing the destruction and pain her love caused her family, Nneka despised herself and Obi. Her heart, like an abandoned drum, beat only with the rhythm of pain and self-loathing.
Can my sins ever be forgiven?
She whispered bitterly, staring at the horizon.
I brought this evil upon us. How could I love him?
Time crawled forward, and Nneka's family, determined to restore their honor, arranged her marriage to Namdi, a man revered for his loyalty and strength. At first, Nneka wanted nothing to do with the match, still hurting and grieving, but her parents were persistent. He is Amadi's friend, and you know how good he's been to us since your brother. Yizini, her mother, pleaded. This was the first time she saw the grief leave her parents, so she consented, unable to deny them the joy, feeling she owed them that much. On the day of the wedding, the compound of Maziokafor came alive with vibrant celebration. Women, adorned in brightly patterned wrappers and coral beads of red and white, sang traditional songs that resonated with joy and reverence, their harmonious voices weaving through the air like a soft breeze. The rhythmic beat of drums echoed through the village, accompanied by the melodious notes of wooden flutes. It was a day of promise, of renewal, a chance for Nneka's family to restore their fractured honor and earn a son. Nneka emerged from her father's hut, radiant as the morning sun. She was draped in a gown made of rich coral beads that shimmered in the sunlight, each bead and plait of her hair carefully strung to reflect her family's pride and wealth. She danced into the ceremonial square of her father's compound, her moves graceful and irresistible. According to custom, she danced through the gathered assembly, searching for her groom, Namdi, with a calabash of palm wine in hand. The gathered men, enchanted by her beauty, shouted playful declarations, their voices tinged with admiration. "Beautiful Nneka," one elderly man called, his voice rich with mirth. "If you bring that wine to me, I will build you a compound fit for a queen." Another, a young hunter with a mischievous grin, leaned forward and jested, "Forget Namdi, Nneka. Bring me the wine, and I will lay my finest leopard skins at your feet." The crowd roared with laughter and applause as Nneka responded to each teasing comment with a shy smile and a slight shake of her head. Her gaze scanned the gathering, searching for Namdi among the sea of colorful faces. For a brief moment, Nneka felt the weight of her guilt lift, replaced by the bittersweet hope that this union could somehow restore the peace her family so desperately sought. When she found Namdi, she knelt before him, offering him the wine with both hands. As Namdi took the gourd, about to down its contents, Obi materialized from nowhere and snatched it from him, downing the contents. A stunned silence fell over the crowd, but Nneka's father, Mazi Okafor, who was not one to waste time in silence, roared in fury.
How dare you show your face here, murderer?
Nneka cannot marry Namdi. She is mine. We are bound by blood.
Gasps filled the air as the people whispered among themselves, trying to make sense of Obi's words.
You liar, I'll put an end to you once and for all.
Mazi Okafor thundered, bringing out his dagger. At this point, the chief priest intervened, his voice echoing with authority.
He speaks the truth. A blood oath binds them. Nneka carries his seed as we speak.
The crowd fell silent. Izine, with tears in her eyes, struck Nneka's cheek. I curse the day I bore you. May you feel my pain. Nneka desperately sought to plead her case and ran to her father, clutching his leg.
Please believe me, Papa. I had no idea I was with child, I swear it.
So it's true.
Her father said, his voice trembling. Furiously, he snatched his leg away and spat on her.
Leave and never return.
Shunned by her parents and everyone she knew, Nneka left, forced into exile with Obi after his parents also disowned him. They settled in Umudike, a nearby village, carrying the weight of their curse and broken hearts. In Umudike, they tried to build a life, but their past hung over them like a dark cloud. Their new home, a small clay hut on the outskirts, offered little comfort. Nneka's bitterness grew with each passing day. Her heart hardened against Obi and the child growing within her.
I despise you.
She said one evening, her voice like ice.
I despise this cursed bond and the life you've trapped me in.
Her words stung, but Obi still believed in the love they once shared. Refusing to give up, he did everything to break the chasm between them, fetching water, preparing meals, speaking to her gently, and enduring her unkindness without complaint. But his efforts only seemed to increase the distance between them.
I never wanted this, Nneka. Please, for our child.
Your child will get no love from me.
She said coldly, walking away. Weeks passed. One night, Nneka sat with a dagger in hand.
Maybe this is the only way.
She whispered. She was about to put the dagger to use when Obi burst into their hut. Seeing her with the dagger almost at her belly, Obi froze.
Nneka, no, please, don't do this.
He pleaded up.
Please let me go. I can't continue to live this dead existence.
She cried for the first time in his presence. Obi, seeing the pain in her eyes, confessed the secret he had hidden from everyone but the priest of truth.
Amadi tried to kill me. He found out about us. I tried making him see reason, that we loved each other, but he was wild with rage in the struggle. It was an accident. He tripped and fell on his machete.
The revelation shocked Nneka. The dagger fell from her hand as her tears flowed freely. The truth distracted her enough for Obi to gently remove the dagger from her reach. She sobbed uncontrollably as Obi knelt beside her, taking her into his arms.
Please don't leave me in a world without you,
he said, his voice breaking.
I swear on you and our child, everything I hold dear, I speak the truth. I have lived with this pain every day.
His confession stirred something deep within Nneka, a mixture of grief, guilt, and the faintest flicker of hope.
Why didn't you tell me?
She whispered.
I wanted to spare you the pain of knowing and being forced to choose between your family and me. I thought hiding the truth would make things easier, but I see now it was a mistake.
Obi replied earnestly. Slowly, the truth began to work its magic, and Nneka's heart softened and their relationship started to heal. Though it wasn't immediate, their bond gradually grew stronger as they faced their hardships together. At Nneka's behest, they returned to their homeland Umunna, seeking forgiveness from their families. However, the wounds of the past were still fresh, and their families turned them away. This rejection deeply saddened Nneka, but Obi comforted her, vowing that they would keep trying until their parents forgave them.
You are not alone, Nneka. We'll face this together.
Obi reassured her. They settled into a humble life in a small hut in Umuna. Over time, the love and ease they once felt returned, and they began to rediscover the happiness that had eluded them. But their joy was short-lived. When Nneka went into labor, complications arose. The village midwife emerged from their hut, her expression grave. Something is wrong. The child refuses to be born. Obi, desperate to save Nneka and their unborn child, sought help from his estranged family. Though his parents had disowned him, his mother's love remained steadfast. She listened to his pleas and, moved by his plight, helped him find a seer to uncover the root of the problem. The seer revealed a terrible truth.
A curse binds the child. It lies in the hearts of Nneka's parents. Only their forgiveness can lift it.
Obi's mother convinced her husband, and as a united force, they accompanied their son to Mazi Okafor's compound to plead for forgiveness. The sight of them enraged Nneka's parents, who threatened violence. But Obi's mother knelt before them, tears streaming down her face. "My son may have wronged you, but your daughter suffers. She and our grandchild are in grave danger. Please let your heart soften," she begged. Hearing of Nneka's suffering, her parents' anger began to waver. Mazi Okafor and Ezine rushed to their daughter's side, and immediately forgiveness flowed. Their forgiveness reduced Nneka's pain, but... However, the midwife's voice trembled as she emerged again. "The child still will not come." The men returned to the seer for further guidance.
The curse is not fully broken.
The seer intoned, his eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light.
An evil spirit holds the final piece. A sacrifice must be made in the evil forest, or both mother and child will perish.
The evil forest was a place of dread, whispered about in hushed tones. Obi, fueled by his love for Nneka and their unborn child, did not hesitate. Armed with a protective charm, his machete, and an unblemished white goat for the offering, he ventured into the forest at dawn. As he journeyed deeper, the forest seemed to close in around him. Shadows danced among the trees, and eerie whispers filled the air.
"You dare enter our domain?"
A voice hissed. A spirit emerged, its form shifting like smoke.
I came for my wife and child. You cannot have them.
Obi said, his voice steady despite his fear. The spirit's laughter echoed ominously.
"Prove your worth."
It challenged. Obi faced a series of trials, crossing a river of fire on trembling logs, solving a riddle posed by a serpent with gleaming scales, and battling a shadow beast with glowing eyes. Each challenge tested his courage and determination, but his love for Nneka and their unborn child gave him strength. At last he reached the heart of the forest, where the spirit of the curse awaited. Its form was dark and menacing, its voice a low rumble.
"You have shown great bravery.
The spirit said.
Now, offer your sacrifice."
Obi presented the goat and recited the seer's incantations. The spirit let out a chilling laugh before vanishing into the shadows. The forest fell silent, and Obi knew the curse was lifted. When he returned home, exhausted but triumphant, his mother-in-law met him with a radiant smile. "A healthy boy awaits you." Obi rushed inside to find Nneka cradling their newborn son. Tears streamed down his face as she looked up at him with love again. Unable to restrain himself, he embraced them.
No other ear must hear of my tear.
He whispered emotionally.
Your secret is safe with me, my love.
She whispered back.
What shall we name him?
she asked, her voice trembling with emotion as he relieved her of their child.
Amadi,
Obi said softly, cuddling their little beacon of joy.
in honor of your brother.
The name, once a symbol of pain, became a beacon of hope and redemption. Nneka and Obi's families, once divided by hatred, reconciled at last. The love that had caused so much pain became the bond that united them. Together they began a new chapter in their lives, stronger than ever. In the land of Umunna, their tale became a legend, a story told by moonlight to generations yet unborn. Never forget, the elders would say. Words and choices have power. Use them wisely. And so the story of Nneka and Obi lived on, a timeless reminder of love's power and ability to heal even the deepest wounds.